What is good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Big Boy Talk. Tonight, we're going to preview NFL Week 3, as well as talk about the game that already kicked it off last night, Thursday Night Football, Dolphins versus Bills. But before we get into that, Mr. Ghost, how's it going, sir?
Well, I've been home 5 minutes to get the dog since 5:15 this morning. And I just got home about 15 minutes ago again after taking the dog with me to the rest of my trips. So it been a day. Ain't been a bad day, but it's been a day.
I hear that. I mean, I think we've all had some interesting days today. As you can tell by his absence, Mr. J is busy tonight. So he probably will not be making it on. If he does make it later, we will add him in. But best to him right now. And we'll see you soon, bro. But as you can hear by my voice, I don't even have my voice. I'm losing my voice. Uh so it was this stream was probably about 10 minutes or so away from not happening. Where I was just gonna say we'll do it tomorrow or something. But I fought through and I was like, you know what, let's just go ahead and get on here. You know, we owe it to the people. We owe it to the people to stay consistent. But not to pat ourselves on the back, but we've been working, man. You know, Friday shows, Monday shows, like what we got going on right now. This is a little crazy. Not sure how
we
used to this I am.
just stepping it up. What's up, Kay? What
What's
happened
up,
with your
Kay?
day, Kay? Let us know. We
You
all
had a
need to
long day too.
get it out.
Just let it all out. Let it all out. I think we've all had somewhat long days today. But my day was, for the most part, wasn't bad. It was actually rather funny early on. It's the end of the day. Had some stuff going on that was kind of off putting, but and then obviously how I feel too, being tired and as you care, I'm losing my voice. So different things where it's just like, should I really, stress the point of getting on? But I did. And that's our devotion to y'all. All right. He having my boy over here struggling with the mean green. You know what I'm saying?
No, the
We got
mean
some.
green is fixed. It's the
Oh, the
Chargers.
mean green's good. The
The mean
Charger.
green is good.
I thought that was a Charger hood you, Sean, boy. I thought that was a Charger engine. I was praying it wasn't.
Yeah, man. Got misfires on 3 out of 6 cylinders. Like, yeah.
Airport. That's right. You hadn't to be more for that game. Jane's in the building. She
That we better win.
had to be more for that game against Detroit. The missus is in the building. Of course, yes, I was with you all day, except for at the end of the night where, you know.
Hey, your part of the day was the best part of his day.
Exactly. Like I literally just said the early part of the day was good. It was a fun day. It was how the day ended. That was kind of funky. But she didn't know, she wouldn't know about it. She was upstairs.
Be like that sometimes.
Yeah. Had to do a remodel. Those are always a pain in the butt. Listen, try. I've been there where I've gone into businesses, and they're in the middle of remodeling. I'm gonna tell you something. People are mean to the workers, bro. As an electrician, I'm in there. I'm just doing my job, and people be like, "You have to do that now," or different things like that. I'm like, "Listen, go talk to your boss. They hired me to come in and do the job. If you ain't paying me, then shut the fuck up." Like I'm that Christian side of me go out the window when I get to a certain point. I'm like, if you ain't putting the money in my pockets, to shut up. But yeah, going through a remodel is tough. Um, so it looks like you already got a story time built up for later. So we'll get into that later. So let's go ahead and kick it off.
She was listening, but now she excited to see Ghost. Ghost a little tired.
Yeah,
he went through it. He had a little adventure today.
Yeah. So we're definitely gonna get into that later. So Bills Dolphins last night. Oh, she says she's excited to see you too. Look at that. Uh-oh. Oh, wait, hold on, my bad. Maybe I wasn't supposed to put that out there. I'm just
I mean, Ghost got hard eyes, a heart. I got laughed
You
at.
got a crying laughing emoji, but it's okay though. It's okay.
You're roughing the streets.
It's all good.
It's all right.
But
we know who the real big dog is.
Is it safe to say that the Dolphins gave the Bills a bigger fight than we expected? And not only that, there was a play before halftime where the Bills visibly fumbled the ball. Josh Allen visibly just kind of tossed the ball away. That probably should have been returned for a touchdown for the Dolphins, and they kind of got screwed over in that. But even with that, if you give them those points, they still lose by 3. And she fixed it for you. And that is that better?
Yeah, that's better.
So
at least if I'm chopped liver, I should be served with onions and rice. You know what I mean?
You know what I'm saying? Just learn to appreciate it, nigga.
I need to make a liver recipe. Speaking of it, liver and onions recipe. If I can lock down one of them.
Do you think, I won't be eating it. Certain things that I hear, and I'm just like, yeah, I can't eat that. And it's not even.
Well, it depends on what animal. Also, it's a difference.
Yeah. So those certain things kind of get me to where I'm like, nah, I can't do it.
Yeah, like chicken gizzards. Nah.
Oh yeah, no, I used to. Long time ago. Could I now? No.
My family might be. We might be from the South, but there's some things I look at them like, nah.
Yeah.
Pig's feet, chicken gizzards, chitlins. Nah, play.
I used to do chitlins too. Could I now? Nope. Not even close.
Yeah, you was wilding the hell out.
My family's from the South too. Well, my main parts of my family was from the South. So yeah, to say the least, the Dolphins, they held their own. Could this be a sign of things waking up for the Dolphins, or is this just it's a division opponent? You know them well. Those games tend to play close.
The Dolphins can score. That's what they're built to do. We know they can score, but that's all they're built to do. So if they're not going 1-for-1 with the Bills, it's pointless. Like once the Bills was up a certain amount, it was just going to be pity points here and there that got scored, and that's that. That score looks a lot closer than what it really was on the field.
Yeah. We got one half of LBHT in the building, Mr. Jose. How's it going, sir? I hope all is well. Yeah, I was watching that game, and it's funny because you go into certain games and you just look from the beginning and you go, am I truly interested in watching this game? Do I think this game is going to be competitive? As it started to go, though, it started to get there. But I just feel like even from kickoff, it was set in stone that the Bills had that one. As weird as it is, it was set in stone that the Bills were going to win that game no matter what. And that could be, just how they look so far. Like having them come back against us, down 15 and found a way to win. those things they sit in the back of your mind. And I know a lot of people think, especially off the way I talk about the Ravens, a lot of people think I don't care about the Ravens, like I don't love my team. I do, but I have to keep myself tempered from being, you know, one of those people that wear the purple shades all the time, where I don't see wrong with the team. So I do that by overly aggressively seeing the wrong with the team. And but watching the Bills, it kind of it gives me fear for what we would have to deal with in the playoffs. Although watching the Ravens against the Browns, it looked good in that second half. If we can do for 4 quarters what we did in the third and fourth quarter against the Browns, then we would be fine. And we're gonna get into more of that after. But you got any more thoughts on this Bills and Dolphins?
I mean, they're just disappointing. I mean, what else you want to say? I'm surprised they scored at 21, but they still disappointed.
Yeah, the Dolphins. At what point do you think Mike's going to be on the hot seat there?
I think he gets a pass this year because they're going to be like Tua's performance has changed. Every time Tua's performance is bad, the Dolphins look way worse. So I think this year Tua's on a hot seat. And if that situation with Tua don't work out, they'll get rid of the coach, give him another quarterback, and see what he can do with that.
Do you think he deserves a shot to kind of keep the core of the team together with a different quarterback to try to make that work before he ends up on the hot seat? Because I do find, because I do find that like sometimes these things happen where a coach goes down because the quarterback, was bad. Give him a chance to happen.
If Brian Billick had a Lamar Jackson, John Harbaugh never gets hired.
That's true.
If Marvin Lewis had a Lamar Jackson, Cincinnati probably wins the Super Bowl by now. Because Marvin Lewis had some good teams. He just had terrible quarterback play once he got to the playoffs. Right. Once he got to the playoffs, he had terrible quarterback play. Yeah, good defense, terrible quarterback play. There's so many coaches. Bill Belichick had Lamar Jackson. He wouldn't have gotten fired. He went from Tom Brady to, I can't even tell you who the next two QBs were. But I can tell you that after he got fired, they got cut.
Yeah. I'd like to see him get a chance because he's one of those offensive minded coaches that is very good at what he does offensively.
I'm over here peeping game. Yeah.
Yeah, no, I see. Yeah, I seen it. I was about to put it up there.
Game and peep.
You know what I'm saying?
You gonna tell me don't look like I ain't hard headed as hell? As soon as you said don't look.
Mm-hmm. I don't know, man. I'd like to see him get another shot. He's offense, but I feel like even having Tua, even as much as that does hold you back because you got the limit of his arm strength and his health, you're supposed to be creative enough to work around it. So that's a whole nother. I guess that's a whole nother issue you look at when it comes to him and what they do with his future. Looking at the slate of games this weekend, we're looking at some pretty good some pretty interesting matchups. You already know which one I'm definitely gonna have my eye on for Sunday, and it's gonna be the Raiders versus the Commanders. I don't think Jaden Daniels is playing, but my boy KBK is. So we'll kick it off with that one. Commanders versus Raiders. Who you got in chat? Y'all could put your choice in the chat there. Who you got winning that?
If it's game? Mariota, I got it being close. But the way the Raiders defense is playing, I feel like Geno will somehow stand on his 2 feet instead of that shellacking that he was given. Because, who was it? Push the T said He said, "I don't want to see shellacked anything." I think Geno's had a fair talking to. Fuck this game up, and I bet your ass will be on the bench or cut.
I'm not sure that's the case. Pete Carroll, that's Pete Carroll. Geno's Pete Carroll's guy, man. All the
Yeah,
years
but
in
Pete Carroll
Seattle.
ain't trying to get fired again.
That's true. That's true. That's very true. But if he did get fired, I think he'd find another job pretty easily. Pete Carroll's just one of those coaches. He's got that type of coaching background that another team will give him a chance no matter what.
There we go.
I'm gonna take the Raiders in that game if Jaden Daniels isn't playing. As of right now, I think I heard he's not, so I'm gonna go Raiders. If he does end up playing, I'm gonna have to take Washington because he'll carve up the opposite side of KBK.
Yeah, if Jaden's playing, it's Washington. If he's not playing, I'm taking Oakland. Just like Tua, the quarterback he's going to make the difference, whether it's good or bad.
Yeah,
the game manager situation ain't gonna work for this game.
Another 1 p.m. game. We have the Steelers and Patriots. This
Steelers.
game, he's quick and easy, right? Steelers. This game to me can be more interesting. The Patriots.
I got them outright by 12.
Steelers outright by 12. Interesting.
Ramsey's gonna smack a couple people, and the Patriots ain't got a team that can match that type of energy. It's Bud Crawford versus Canelo. It ain't gonna be a knockout, but they're gonna get hit and like, hey, y'all see what he just did to me?
I can see that. The Patriots got a little bit of fight back in them, but they did pretty much get whooped by the Raiders in week 1. So
DK Metcalf is big as hell.
Let's go Pittsburgh. I hate to say it, but let's go Pittsburgh. Yeah, I got the Steelers winning that one too. I was gonna do my best to try to make that matchup seem a little more interesting, but I can't.
Shameless. You see this Shameless O'Cloon right here.
Keep him covered up, man.
Well, yeah, there you
go. Jets versus Buccaneers. This is a tough one. Only reason it's tough is because I really like the Jets. I like a lot of guys they have on that team. I like the talent they bring to the table, but they have not put it together yet. And they've let me down 2 weeks in a row. Now, give those 2 weeks were against the Steelers and Buffalo. But in their defense, the Steelers, they almost won that game. And had they not had Brandon Stevens as one of their starting corners, they probably would have. With that being the case, and me reminding myself of that, I'm taking the Buccaneers.
Nah, I'm taking the Jets because you got to remember, even playing the Buccaneers before, they couldn't expose Brandon Stevens enough to win versus us.
Yeah, but you know what? You're looking at our defense, right?
And knowing that they literally went at him as much as they could and they still couldn't score.
Well, you gotta factor in the fact that Mike Evans wasn't 100% in that game, and we had safety help. We was double teaming. Whereas the Jets have been putting Brandon Stevens on an island. It's a difference.
You said Mike Lunall?
we had help from being we would literally shadow safeties over there pretty much every play, and we were sending these unique blitzes at them to force the quick throw. I don't think the Jets are going to do that. I think the Jets believe in their front four, so I think they go with the front four. They know they got a lockdown corner on one side, but they got too much faith in Brandon Stevens on the other side. Because what they do, from what I've seen that they do is they try to use their safeties to take away the tight ends and the slot receivers, which leaves their corners on islands. And Brandon Stevens don't like islands. He's not good on the island. So for that reason alone, I'm taking the Buccaneers because they're stacked on offense. And I just don't think the Jets can compete as much as I would like them to.
I feel like the D coordinator is going. He's seen enough, and he's going to make some adjustments. And if he got to, he'll make B. Steve the third corner. He might tell, "Hey, you shadow this receiver. You shadow this receiver. You follow this receiver."
You think they bench B. Steve what they're paying him?
I mean, you want to win. Sometimes you gotta say, "Fuck that paycheck."
Money talks, man. You're paying a dude, you're gonna play him.
Money talks, but let me tell you something. If I'm the head coach, the GM paid that motherfucker that money. I need to keep my job. And if he ain't working out as a GM, you need to trade him.
I ain't mad at you, G. I ain't mad.
It ain't like over here where EDC says, "John, what would you like the team to look like?" And he hands him that team.
Still don't understand that dynamic, by the way.
I mean, the GM is supposed to give the coach the team that he needs to win. So if the coach says, "This is what I need to win," the GM is supposed to give the best talent he can to give the team that the coach needs.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
But the Jets, I don't think their coach called the GM and said, "Hey, I need a corner. Give me B. Steve." I don't think that happened.
Here's the thing. I think they did, and I think they did based off of what they seen with Baltimore in his best games. Problem is, they didn't pay attention to all the flaws. Okay, they saw a kid who could, with B. Steve, they saw a guy who gets sticky in coverage, right, but doesn't turn his head around. So they probably said, "Oh, we can fix that," but they didn't see that he gets beat abusively when somebody runs a good route. I mean, they beat this man bad when they run a route, but they're gonna figure that out now because it's gonna be consistent. On to another game. We got the Texans and the Jaguars.
Texans.
Now, you said Texans?
Yeah, Texans.
Trevor Lawrence, the Jags, have been fighting. They beat the Panthers, smoked the Panthers, but at this point, it's the Panthers. Last week, they were in it to the end, I feel like. But I have to agree. I like the Texans too. I just like what they got going on over in Houston. To me, they're a playoff contender. And that's a very good team they have built over there. Jacksonville, I still feel like is missing pieces. And I think until they figure out what they want to do with Travis, whether he's a corner or receiver, they're still going to be missing pieces. Because you can't have him go out there and be your all-pro receiver if you have him playing limited snaps and being a good corner, decent corner. But if you got him out there trying to be an all-pro corner, you can't have him as a good receiver either. So you kind of got, I think it's at a point where now, hey, kid, you lived a life. You did it in college, great. But it's time to pick a side and go be great at it rather than being good on both sides. Like Travis, right? Love his energy. Again, I want to see him be a receiver because so far the snaps I've watched him take as a corner haven't been great. And I think he has such a great skill set to be a wide receiver that he might as well just go to that side of the ball.
His cornerback snaps are a little mid.
Yeah, he's just not ready. He's not ready to be an NFL corner yet. but he could come out and be a very good NFL receiver immediately. Moving on, we got the Colts and the Titans. Not much to say about this game. I can't believe Daniel Jones is doing what he's doing. For certain matchup reasons, I want to go Colts because the Titans, I feel like, are just they don't want to win. I like Cam Ward. I just don't like what the Titans bring to the table outside of Cam Ward. Not a big fan of that roster. Unless they're going to give Crochet some burn at wide receiver. Outside of that, I'm going to go. It's tough. I don't really like either of these teams like that.
Crochet gonna win the day. You hear me?
Listen, I said on Coach's stream I picked the Colts, just out of the sheer fact that Titans just don't know how to win. And I doubt the Titans' defense is going to be the defense that makes Daniel Jones fold. I'm going to stick with the Colts. I just can't trust the Titans enough, and I feel bad because I love Cam Ward, man. I want to see that kid come in and be a monster, but that offensive line he's got is terrible. It's terrible.
Your next mistake, though.
What?
See, there's no positivity in love these days. No.
Yeah, but no. I can't do it. I can't pick the Titans. I hope they win, but I can't. They're probably not going to. Our next game we got, which one of the big ones of the day, the Rams versus the Eagles, and I'm going Rams. I'm sorry. I like how they look. They seem to have built something special over there, where they're one of those teams that can recover. They'll have a down year and then recover very strongly. And this looks like that strong recovery. I'm going Rams over Eagles, and well, I think most would say it's an upset.
First of all, I'm at the interject. First of all, you understand, Pittman got the vision, sees it all. And I see you lost your damn mind. The Eagles winning this game.
We might have to put a little side wager on that off stream. We gotta have to put a little side wager on that off stream. Off stream, we will put a little side wager on that because I got the Rams. Next game.
You like it now, huh?
The Falcons versus the Panthers. I don't even think we have to talk about this. I think we probably agree. I think it's the Falcons. Hands down. And I'm tired of having faith in the Panthers. I picked them week 1, they got smoked. Picked them week 2, they got smoked. At least in week 2, they tried to come back. At least last week against the Cardinals, they made a comeback and just fell short. But I can't pick them over the Falcons. I'm sorry. Atlanta it is. Michael Penix is the man's very talented, and he's showing it in these games. So I'm going Falcons. Who you got? I feel like I knew the answer, but
I mean, I'm robbing my homie Jay one time.
Okay. That's a shocker. You got the Panther. Okay. That is a shocker.
I
Good
feel
luck
like
to them.
somebody's gonna try to save their job with this game.
They got to. They got to. Um, Bengals, Vikings. I'm going Cincinnati. After
Nah,
what?
can't. They ain't got
Why
no
not?
defense, and Browning is starting. JJ is going to do the same thing that Kirk Cousins did to get another big contract. Throw the ball and hope Jettas is there.
He couldn't even do that against the Falcons.
That's a
He
little bit
ain't
different.
scores. No, he didn't score a single touchdown. You're right. It is a little bit different. The Bengals have Trey Hendrickson.
That's it.
Yeah, but that's all you need is one guy against that offensive line. He's going
I
to
mean, the
wreck
Falcons have
shop.
a more rounded defense.
Maybe now, after a couple weeks of being together, maybe. But I'm
Talking
sorry,
about the
man.
here and now. Like Luther Vandross, here and now, promise to love faithfully.
I don't know, man. After what I saw, and JJ, he panics. I mean, he looks like a quarterback that's already scared, like he's been overly abused.
By now, he's learned panic, throw it to justice.
Again, he tried that, and it's only so much he was overthrowing the ball. Like if you seen, I don't know if you like closely watched that game, how much he overthrew Jettas, and that's hard to do, bro. It's hard to overthrow Jettas. He was underthrowing, overthrowing. He's throwing to places where receivers aren't even there. Just silly mistakes. And it's been consistently that way. That's why, and I said this when he was drafted. I said JJ is not a first round draft pick, but I'm not a coach. I'm not a, I don't study these guys, so they say. I'm just another guy at the end of the bar. I don't know what I'm talking about, but it is what it is. We'll give him time to see, because he can still prove me wrong. This is technically his first year because he was out all last year from injury, but he just looks afraid. He looks afraid. Um, for that reason, I'm gonna go Bengals because no matter what quarterback you are, you can go out there and do the same thing. Okay, he has Jettas, but you have T. Higgins and Jamar Chase. You got two options where he's got one. So I'm taking the Bengals. To me, Browning is about the level of JJ McCarthy anyway, if not, slightly above at this point. So I'm going with the Bengals for that reason. Because the Vikings, it's not like the Vikings have a dominant defense. So, and in our final 1 p.m. game, we have the Packers versus the Browns. And I think we're going to agree on that one too, especially if Joe Flacco's starting. I think I'm going to go Packers. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Especially if Joe Flacco's starting, it's going to be the Packers.
Yeah, we going Pack.
The way they swarm is something to be said about their pass rush, man. I don't think I've ever seen as scary of a pass rush as what they contain and what they do over there in Green Bay. Those guys, in my eyes, are Super Bowl contenders as long as their offense can hold it together because their defense is going to be a problem.
Are they that scary that Terry Cameron is trying to put you in witness protection?
Yes.
Because that just try to blur your face out. Like, be safe, player. Be safe.
Yes. 100%. My joint say, "Yo, Reg, be careful talking about them Packers. Hold on, we don't want you. Let's cover you up so these people don't know, just in case you say something wild by mistake." And as soon as they heard me say, "Nah, the Packers is dead," as soon as they heard me say, "Nah, the Packers is dead," they're like, "Oh, okay, you come out, you good?" So you're gonna say some crazy stuff. The 4:00 games. Line it up first. I think this was another no-brainer. Seattle versus New Orleans. Who you got there?
Seattle.
Yeah, Seattle. Yeah, I don't even think it's worth talking about. Mike McDonald is transforming that team slowly but surely. They're getting a run game. You know they'll be able to pass the ball. They know he's got weapons. Jenks is
We don't want
Packers.
to we don't want to see
Ravens
the
in the
Packers
Super
in the
Bowl.
Super Bowl. That pass
We
rush is too
don't.
much for
Mm-mm.
Lolo. It's a no go.
Yeah, we don't
And
want to see them in the Super
O
Bowl at all.
line, yeah, their O line will have Owe and witness protection.
We don't. We see them in the Super Bowl. I'm putting on a freaking. I'll be wearing a green jersey with a cheese head because I'll be scared for freaking my life at that point. Bears,
You want Lamar to get hurt? That's what that is.
Cowboys. That's like wishing. That's wishing negativity. And you know, if he get hurt in the Super Bowl, he's missing a full next year. She says Falele will be benched by the. I'm not so sure. They love him.
Well, look, if you know Falele will be benched, I need the winning numbers for next week's lottery.
Tell me about it. Because I don't think Falele is getting benched at all. Bears
They will
Cowboys.
change his name. They will change his name and his number and send him right back out there before they will bench him.
You don't understand. It's not just Micah. It's the whole D line. And when that whole D line is moving in on you, there's nowhere to go. There's nowhere to go.
On the Cowboys, it was just Micah, so we was good. But on this D line, they wild, cuz.
Yeah, nah. Them boys is abusive.
Now that's your word for today?
Yes, it is. Bears, Cowboys. I'm going Bears. I'm going Bears. I think it's going to be an upset. And the reason why is because we just watched the Cowboys barely beat the Giants. Now, I know, divisional game.
I mean,
they play
I was
each other
going
well.
Bears too, but I don't think that's an upset. I thought that's just what it was.
Now, I feel like it's when you look at the Bears from last year, you go, "Oh, that's an upset." But we all know they went out, got more weapons, fixed the offensive line. You know, Caleb should be a lot better.
So, to beat the best,
everybody say that, Jay.
Beat the best, you gotta beat the best. First of all, first and foremost, give honor and glory to God. The Packers are not the best. They are a nightmare matchup for us, but they're not the best.
Even think about it. They're a nightmare matchup for us on offense too.
Right, that's what they're a nightmare matchup for us, but they're not the best.
Yes. And Jay, no, you can't, sir.
Use a goddamn lie.
We giving you a one-time reprieve. That is it. All right, a one-time reprieve.
Look, you trying to be friendly to people and whatnot in the chat. You see how you get different.
And we docking your pay for not putting in your vacation request ahead of time. How about that one?
Vacation.
You know what I was trying to say. Come on, bro. I'm tired.
Oh, almost got him to curse. Now.
I'm tired. Yeah, so we agree. Bears over Cowboys because the Cowboys are just shaky. But when aren't the Cowboys shaky though? Hey man, nah, rightfully so. You can't tell. Listen, you cannot tell a Panthers fan to talk some sense into us because he's scared of the Packers too. I promise you.
See, that's the purple shade. She believe in Harbaugh.
Yeah, that's what that is. We can't do that.
I believe in Lamar, but I also don't want him to die trying.
Facts. Broncos Chargers. This is actually a big game. That game's gonna be for the divisional lead in that conference over there, or in that division.
Broncos, you got me over here sounding like it's saying the Scooby snack. We might have to come back to that. We should have ended on that one.
All right, we'll come back to it. Yeah. 49ers, Cardinals.
I got a 49er. I mean, I got the Cardinals. I don't know why, but I got the Cardinals.
I actually choose the Cardinals too, only because I feel like 49ers got too many players missing right now. They're hurt. They're hurting bad. Yeah, that's the team going in. That's they're going in there missing a leg. They're gonna lose that race. I'll take the Cardinals in that one. The Sunday night game, Chiefs Giants. I think Chiefs finally get on the board. I think they end up blowing out the Giants. How that ended up on Sunday Night Football, I have no clue. I think we all agree
I don't
it
know.
should have been Broncos Chargers
I
on
don't know
Sunday
what
Night
happened.
Football.
I lost my internet on that one.
Yeah, that's a tough one. That's a sign right there. But it should Sunday Night Football should have been Broncos Chargers, hands down.
It definitely should have been. I was gonna say I wouldn't even talk about the Chiefs Giants because if you say Giants, I'm just gonna go ahead and end the stream.
Nah, I hear
Through
that.
your computer somehow. I'm in this stream. You to pick the Giants.
You're
I
gonna
don't
figure out a
even
way.
know. I'd have had to figure out. Hey, I'd have been asking if you were a clone.
You're gonna figure out a way. So now we're back to the Broncos Chargers because we're gonna talk about the Ravens last. Broncos Chargers. It's a tough one.
I'm gonna hit you with the spelling bee question. Who are the top 3 players from each team?
Whoo, that's tough because the Broncos, I feel
I
like,
know
are one of those teams that don't have like a top
they got
guy.
2 good corners.
Yes, but they don't like.
But on our offense, it's like, is it the wide receiver or is it the QB that's really? Because I feel like their wide receivers are. They have a guy who could be a 1, and then they have a couple guys who could be the 2, but it's not really defined.
It's so. Here's the thing, right? The Broncos, to me, are built to be well-rounded, right? I feel like they're a well-rounded team, and just to point this out there, because Jang said Broncos, I actually think the Broncos are going to win too. And I think it's because they're such a well-rounded team. And you know who has trouble playing against well-rounded teams and making adjustments? Greg Roman. You know who's offensive coordinator for the Chargers? Greg Roman.
You know, a QB could all of a sudden start messing up and lose a 20-point lead? Sunshine Jr. Herbie.
No, we are not. Listen, I can't call him Sunshine Jr., but Herbert is known to fumble the bag at the wrong time. Absolutely. Yeah, I'm gonna stick with the Broncos.
Yo, how you getting roasted in the chat?
Pat Surtain. Ain't no beeping going on over here. Ain't no beeping going on over here. Stop trying to start stuff.
Too late.
Pat Surtain is gonna lock things down. But like I said,
you're right.
I don't. There's not
It's
a lot
Broncos.
there's not a lot of names I look at on that team and go, that guy.
Chargers don't have
Unless
a
I'm
great wide
forgetting
receiver.
somebody.
They don't have a great running back.
I mean, they got Cortland Sutton, but again, is he considered great?
He's a good. I would say he's their number 1. It's clear he's their number 1, but then you got guys behind him. It's like, who's the actual number 2? Like, they have situational guys who are number 2.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with. Well, meanwhile, don't get me wrong, I like the Chargers roster as well, but again, apples and oranges. I think hands down, the win there goes to the Broncos. For me, that's for me. I think they also have the better head coach. Just saying. I don't think she's in here. I'm gonna be honest with you. I do not think she's in here. I see you calling her, but she's not in here. She was upstairs laying down. She probably fell asleep. She's upstairs with the little one.
No, and Jay popped up and K just left.
Well, you know how that go.
That love
how
right
that.
there.
You know what I'm saying? Final game of the week. Ravens Lions. I think we all know who we got for that one. Right?
Yeah, we all got the Ravens winning, but if they don't, we blaming somebody, and that somebody ain't finna be me.
Well, damn it! I'll say it.
What's the Ravens
The
record
Ravens
when Jang is at the game?
Huh?
What's
I don't
the
know.
Ravens record when Jang is at the game? That's what I need to know.
I don't know if
Jang,
she's ever
what's
been
our
to a
record
game.
when you? I
Hey,
think
Chris,
she said
how you
she
doing?
goes to one every year. That's what I heard. I heard she go to one every year.
I don't know. Do you? Do they win these games you go to? If Jane, if you telling me that you going to this game and every time you go to a game they lose, you are not to go to this game.
Look, let me know now so
Not
I can
this
bet
one.
my paycheck.
Not this one. Not the Lions. And here's the thing. Normally I'll come in here and I'm the optimistic one, right? And I'm
I
always
heard
talking
differently.
well, I'm talking about optimistic towards the other side, towards the other team. I think I tend to lean towards the other team because most times I have to because nobody else will, right? So Lions would be one of those games that'd be perfect to say Detroit's got too much for Baltimore to handle. But after seeing an obnoxious Lions fan and hearing them say that Lamar can't play, I want us to go into Detroit and I want us to win by 40. You understand? I want us to drop a 50 burger on them. And be like, we need to go in there and win. And I'm picking this number specifically for a reason. We need to go in there and win 52-0. I'm sorry. I know it's not going to happen that way. But Detroit fans, this one specific fan just made them all bad fans to me. Every last one of them.
The hate is strong in
I
this
did
one.
choose the Browns, but I chose the Browns hoping that they were smart enough to not go in that game with Joe Flacco and that John Harbaugh would lose his job. But that didn't happen. Okay. So I'm gonna keep that. I'm gonna keep a buck with that. But now that we're on the board, we're gonna drop 40 plus in back-to-back games. Well, we might as well go ahead and keep winning now. Because the only hopes we have of getting rid of Harbaugh is that we don't make the playoffs or we make the playoffs and fumble again and see what happens. So for me, Ravens, let's go in here. Let's put up this 50 piece. If you kick Detroit out in the cold, bro. I can't stand them. Let's get rid of them. Let's smoke them. Let's blow them out. I know plenty of people are going to be shocked to hear me say that. I got the Ravens winning, and I got them winning big. And I don't think this game is competitive past the first quarter. That's that. B.
Oh,
Tell me what you think.
You said it ain't no knockdown drag out, it's a knockdown.
Bro, only thing you're gonna be getting drugged is them. All up and down the field.
I feel like you saying it's gonna be like that new sound everybody using on YouTube, where it's like, oh, go ahead, smack me then, and old boy get beat down by his girl while his homeboy sitting there in the kitchen. Yeah, I feel like that's what you said.
I'm telling you, this team about to come out different, and that's what I want. I want them boys to come out different, big different.
Like 2 Chainz.
I want them to come out the gate firing. Now, I know we have some injuries. There's some guys who either not going to be 100% or are not playing, and these are newer injuries. Nate Wiggins may be out. That's a problem. Matabike may be out. That's a problem. Marlowe may be hobbled. That's a problem. But this is where you look at that team and you say, well, you put so much money and invested so many draft picks into this defense that you should have the guys there. TJ Tampa Jr. should be able to come in and lock somebody down. Okay? Aeneas Peebles is a problem on that defensive line. Use them. Now, Washington, I don't know. But get creative. Okay? If you're not going to have the extra pressure up the middle, which Peebles does give you the pressure up the middle, he can rush the passer like it's nobody's business. So if you got use him in those situations, take a guy who you're not using properly anyway, like Trenton Simpson. Stop putting him as a middle linebacker. Let Teddy go ahead and have that spot. He plays it very well. Give Teddy the spot. Let Trenton rush off the edge. If you tell him to pin his ears back and go get the quarterback, and he's just got to use that pure speed, raw athleticism that he has, he's going to hunt. So put him on the edge and let him hunt. And then if you want to call those tricky plays where you occasionally drop him back into coverage, guess what? It's not a liability. The man can cover. His highest grades coming out of college was his ability to cover and his ability to rush the passer. You're not using him to do either in Baltimore.
Now, is that zone or man coverage?
Both. He was graded well in both zone and man coverage. Man coverage, he has the speed to make up for if he gets beat on the route. And zone coverage, he plays the zone very well. He plays his area very well. He has the ability to make a quarterback think he's not there and then use that speed to get there.
So what you're saying is our defensive coordinator isn't as creative as he should be.
Absolutely. And it's not only on him, it's on the head coach. Because the head coach said, hey, we're going to take you and put you in a position that you had your worst year in. His worst year was at that position in college.
Ain't on the coach.
Sure, it is.
GM. It's on the GM and the owner because the coach shouldn't goddamn be there. Tim McDonald should be the coach. But they decided they wanted to play.
You mean Mike McDonald?
Tim, old McDonald. Ain't no McDonald. Should have got it. Ain't no McDonald. It should have been Coach McDonald, point blank, period. You understand? Y'all elected to keep somebody we're going to get rid of in the next 2 years.
You realize Trenton was here when McDonald was here. And McDonald used him the same way because John Harbaugh said, no, he's a middle linebacker. John Harbaugh
and if
said,
he was the head coach, that would have changed.
That could have changed. You're right. That could have changed.
No, it would have changed. That's why McDonald don't care about all that BS. He gonna put you where he needs you.
Would have looked at him and said, "What's your skill set, kid? All right, we're gonna move you. I don't like you here. We're gonna move you to the edge." And I promise you, bro, that's where he needs to be. I don't want any players to get hurt, but if it takes something, happening, let always sprain his ankle for a week. And let that man get them snaps. Because we know Ojabo can't play. Let Trenton get some snaps on the edge. I promise you'll see a big difference. Because he can set the edge too. He knows how to set the edge. So let him play that position. He knows how to do everything right as from the perspective of an edge player. But you want him to be a middle linebacker. I don't know if you remember Kamalei Correa, but they did the same thing to him. Kamalei Correa was an edge player. He was an edge rusher. And they said, no, we want you to be a middle linebacker. And it ruined his career. Destroyed his career. So John Harbaugh is known for doing this to guys. And I don't know why he always does it. And a lot of times it's with that middle linebacker position. So it's the linebacker position and that safety position. He tries to move guys around and really ruin their career because a lot of people pointed out it took a while to get Ardarius Washington going. I go, well, what do you expect? They're playing him as a cornerback. Ardarius is a natural free safety. If you go out there and let him play free safety, he's going to ball. And what happened? He finally got his chance to go out there and play free safety, and he was balling. And then he got hurt, but he was balling. He did his job. If the ball was there, so was Ardarius Washington. And if people can't see by now, and by people, I mean not only the fans with the purple shades on, but the people in the front office can't see that this man doesn't know how to place talent where it belongs, then that's on them. And we're gonna continue to suffer for it. And there will be no more championships running through Baltimore.
The championship been running away from Baltimore since Harbaugh took over. And I mean really took over. Not since
I know what you
he
meant.
got hired.
I know what you
Since
meant.
both Ed and Ray were gone.
Yep.
Harbaugh been running the other way from the championship.
Yep. I know exactly what you mean. And it's going to continue to be that way if they continue to let him run things the way he wants to run things. If you don't see that once all your greats that was actually leading the locker room and running things, once they left, this team went in a different direction. And it has not led to a championship yet. And somehow
left, or got traded.
Really think about that. 2012 was our last championship.
Yeah. Anquan Bolden was our leading receiver, and you trade him to the 49ers as soon as we beat them.
Yep. He ain't want nobody with the ability to talk back. They traded him. They let Ed Reed go. Ray retired. They almost didn't bring Suggs back. Remember that. Don't forget they let Suggs test free agency. I don't know, man. I don't agree with the way Harbaugh runs the team. It just makes me frustrated. I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Because I get to go down that path and I'll never stop. So those are our picks for the week. But B, I know you said you had a little story time, so I'm gonna let you cook, sir. I'm gonna let you cook. I'm gonna let you do you. I'll break down.
Actually, I was just eating my cooking.
No, I wasn't talking about literal cook. Okay, all right.
Oh yeah.
So
I was. I had to get them 2 drumsticks down because I was hungry.
Well, I didn't want to say nothing. We could hear it though. We could hear it. We could hear you getting your mind.
That's what I had to do in the streets. It was rough. Last time I ate was 6 o'clock. It had been almost 5 hours. I almost died.
Yeah, he said. Jay. He said. Ghost had a heck of a day. So we gonna let them fill the people in on what's happening with Ghost. Now, before we get to that, everybody stopping in, make sure you hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please make sure you subscribe. You know what I'm saying? We gotta get that view count up. We gotta grow the family. Continue to grow the family. All right, so we can all continue to have a good time. You know what I mean? And keep this thing rolling. Why he's smacking on his bones on screen right now, I don't know. I guess.
I thought I hit the camera.
Yeah, you did not hit the camera. You did not hit the camera. My boy's smacking on the bones on the screen. That was hilarious. I ain't even gonna hold you. That was hilarious. But
it was rough in the streets, okay?
My camera put me in witness protection again. Anyway,
camera know you wrong.
Yeah, I just got this camera, and I might. Well, not just got it. I've had it for a while now, but I might end up looking for a new one. Anyway, story time, people. That is the end of the official show, and now we're going into bonus
59
time.
Minutes.
Yes, right at 59 minutes. Feels good, don't it? Now we're going into bonus time. Bonus time in the future, at some point, might be for Patreon members only. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. Bonus time where we just kind of let it all out. B, let's go ahead and start with your story.
When eventually Jay starts the Discord channel, but we ain't gonna send about that.
Yeah, at some point, right?
We've been waiting on him, but we're gonna be patient. How your boy doing? Yeah. So anyway, hold on, let me got a little toasty in here since I got a little I mean, now well fed, the body heat done raised up, feel like me again. So, anyways, car going crazy in these streets. I don't know what the hell going on. So left work, picked the dog up, took him with me, had a little 15-minute chiropractor appointment. So, dropped the windows on the car. Went to PetSmart, of course. We done walked around outside for about a good 10 minutes or so. There's no way to get some PetSmart. Now, we done walk past the pretty women, talking, oh my gosh, such a cute dog. We get to the back of the stove, trying to find a bowl for him because, I wanted to make sure he had some water before we continue the rest of the drive. We get to the end of the first aisle that we walked down. This boy pooped right on the PetSmart goddamn floor. Mind you, we walked past about 1,100 trees, 18 bushes, 3 areas that had what do you call it, mulch down, 4 patches of grass. Luckily, ain't nobody seen it, so I went and cleaned it up real quick. Got him a bowl, got him some what was that? Blue Wilderness salmon treats. So we get to my homeboy house. My homeboy got a 13-year-old dog, blind. I think the dog has diabetes. Dog done lived a long life. He also has another dog. It's a Mastiff, about 10 years old. She has some fear of black men. They got her from a shelter, so they don't know what that's about, what happened to her. It's not all black people, because if you're a woman, she's cool. So, she has a little dementia, so I pet her. Well, she'll bark at me. I pet her. We'll be good for 30 minutes. I'll stand up to go somewhere. She start popping off again because she done forgot that we done made a friendship 20 minutes ago. But today, she started barking. And I'm sitting on the couch, and Ghost was laying down over there. Ghost ran. He sat, he ran over, sat between my legs, looked at her, looked at me. I guess he's looking like, I guess he was waiting for command or something. But so he was whining just a little bit, like, I guess letting me know, like, okay, what the hell's going on? Like, I guess he was a little anxious. So apparently at one point she got closer than he would have liked. My boy hopped up and jumped at her and started and barked like, yo, what you think going on here? Like, we a little too close at this point in time. So, my boy held me down. For the rest of the time, her ass was barking from across the room because I guess in whatever terms that he had to make it clear, he wasn't going to slide for her getting close enough to even try to do harm. Mind you, I've been there a bunch of times without Ghost. I literally just put my hand on her mouth and was like, be quiet. And she shut up. She's just old and just barking, making noise. But my boy stepped up. So I guess, we went to PetSmart and found out he weighed 63 pounds, even though he looked slim, trim, and a little bit muscular, a little lean muscle. I guess he done growed up. He feeling himself. He said he a man now. So if any of y'all out there, Ghost is looking. If you're bitching heat, he trying to ski. That's all.
So you
I feel like all y'all. You said what?
You couldn't keep that end part out of that? You couldn't.
It's a female dog. It's the technical term. It's the technical term. I mean, what do you want me to be? Scientifically incorrect? It's not my fault there's not a name for a male dog.
Yes, I do want you to be scientifically incorrect. I do.
You probably should have said that before.
I had no clue you were going to say it, so how could I?
I mean, it went a really long time before it went left. You probably should have been like, hey, before you do anything, don't do anything. And I'd have been like, oh yeah, we John like is on stream.
I guess it is what it is. It is what it is.
I guess he's still feeling himself because he outside on the balcony, cold chilling.
He living life. Living life, living free.
He said, I held it down today.
So I had a situation today, right? Me and the missus was out at a diner. We're eating lunch. And what I'm gonna assume is it was a member of the LBGTQ community. Young male, I believe, who identifies as female, covered in, goth, wearing all black, goth looking, which is fine. It is what it is. People's choices are people's choices, right? But I think they were offended because there was the gentleman, an older gentleman, was there, and he just asked, hey, can I pay this up front? Talking about his bill, and they told him yes. He goes, thank you, sir, or young man, or whatever he said. And they felt the need to, like, aggressively kind of
Chastise.
well, they didn't go into a whole soliloquy, but they go, it's ma'am. Like, you don't here's the thing. I don't mind you correcting people when they're wrong, right? This was an older gentleman who just finished eating. The man had to be 65, maybe even 70 years old. He was up there. Probably could barely see out his eyes. I mean, he had to get up, hobble over to the counter, and then lean over the counter just to ask you the question. So that alone should tell you, he's not hearing well, seeing well, any of that. You know what I'm saying? You don't have to be aggressive in your response. I could see if it was, and then the gentleman was like, oh, sorry, but at first he was like, what? And, they said it again, but he's like, oh, okay, I apologize. But he's clearly hard at hearing, older gentleman. You don't have to, I just feel like we need to calm the aggression down, right? At what point did it become from being the victim to being the attacker? You don't have to be the attacker. In certain situations, yes. In all, not necessarily. That's
No, you
really
wanted me to
all.
answer that?
I mean, you if you have something to say towards it, that's fine. I just wanted to get out how I felt about it. I just felt like they didn't have to be that aggressive towards them because it wasn't intentional. It wasn't an intentional disrespect. I could see if it was intentional. Snap. Do what you got to do. Be aggressive. Say it aggressively. Be angry. Whatever you got to do. I just felt like you don't have to be angry when someone makes a mistake. But I guess the other standpoint too would be though, but you deal with people making these mistakes all the time. Well, it's a position you put yourself in. So you have to be ready and willing to deal with that as it comes. But not everybody's out to get you. But go ahead. If you have any thoughts or anything you'd like to say, be my guest.
Now I'm gonna preface this as it ain't about the LGBTQ community, it ain't about the black community, the white community, the Spanish community, whatever community. It ain't about the white heterosexual male community. The problem that we're having is there's a complete lack of balance. There's a complete lack of balance. When someone is or has felt like their sector is marginalized, they start out very timid about a situation. And then it's like when they realize that people are taking their side, they have their back. Now they get this mob mentality where they're emboldened to now go from, oh, nobody understood me, I was marginalized, to now they have the courage to just snap on people. Because say the old man would have been like, yo, he just said something back to him that they didn't like. They've been recorded for YouTube, or they would hope somebody in the crowd would be an ally and help stand up for him. Like you said, all you have to do is say, yo, identify as this. So in the future, please call me this. Or if you have that problem going on, there's pins that only cost about a couple dollars because they're made by the LGBTQ community that you can literally put on, especially if you're at work, you can literally put on your shirt. It says, my pronouns, I identify as, speak to me as ma'am, her, she. It ain't but a couple dollars. If you're so uptight about possibly being called the incorrect thing, there's ways to communicate this. Because that old man would have turned around, seen her shirt in these bright colors that they're made in, so that people see this on your clothes and read it. They're drawn to read it. Just like McDonald's uses red and yellow, and I believe there's a third color that advertisers say, hey, if you're marketing, your logos need to be, need to have at least one of these three colors because those colors grab attention. Every food place you can think of has red or yellow in it. It ain't because they want to copy each other. It's because marketing has told them these three colors stand out, and red and yellow stand out the most. I think orange or blue might be one of them. So that's all you got to do. Back then in the 80s, if you were gay and you got attacked, you had your few homies that would comfort you. Now, if you're gay or lesbian or transsexual, bisexual, pansexual, whatever, and you get attacked, the whole internet has your back damn near. So now you've gone from being accepted and welcomed in to now you're the aggressor. Now you are, I guess you feel like you're the dominant person in the situation. That's why people say, hey, heterosexuality is under attack. If you say trans power, you say gay power, you say lesbian power, man, right, walk around with something that says straight power on your car. You'll get egged sooner or later. And you know what? They'll say that you're the hateful one.
This is true. This is very true.
I can't represent being a straight male in America, but if I was gay and I said I'm gay in America, I get a lot more love than anything.
This was a younger individual as well. How you doing, Miss Yolanda? I hope all is well. For those of you who are not subscribed to Miss Yolanda, please go do so. Great content. And her and Hendo go live pretty much daily sometimes. This was a younger individual, and with today's youth, a lot of our young people feel like they are owed something. And I don't get that feeling. Like when we were coming up, we didn't get to feel like we were owed anything or like we commanded anything. We had to earn it all. So for these young folks these days, they come in and they're just like emboldened in a different way, and it's all because of social media. I hate to say it, it's all because of social media. But use that boldness in the correct way, right? You can command respect without seeming disrespectful. You can.
But it's not necessary to command respect, though. That's the thing.
But that's the
People
way
think you
they
gotta
feel,
take
though.
respect. Right. People think you gotta take respect. Like I walk in the room and I'm probably it might be two or three people that may be taller than me. But most of the time they don't have as big a presence as me. But I don't like I look at people, I nod. Ooh, oops. Yeah, that didn't work out.
Well, you still here, so I don't know. I don't know what's going on. But
Oh, okay. Well, that works. But I nod, I wave, I say what's up. I don't ever make somebody feel like they're smaller. I make sure I don't bug somebody. I try to smile even if I don't feel like smiling, just so people feel good. But I mean, let's be honest, it's completely unnecessary. People give me respect just because I'm respectful.
I mean, like, that's another conversation in and of itself, right? Is you have to these days you have to have a smile on your face so people don't feel like you're an aggressor of some sort, right? Because if you go out, you just look just plain. You look regular. So what you would think is a regular face, other people look at you and they immediately think, "Oh, he's angry. He's trouble. He's this. He's that." So you have to have, especially being our skin color. And I hate to throw that out there. I hate to have that be part of the conversation. But being our skin color, right? We're assumed to be aggressive and angry or be thugs or whatever else if we're not smiling and happy and all this other stuff, right? So it's
Well,
tough
my straight
because
face is kind of mean looking. It's a family trait.
I mean, but that goes for most people though. Most people have RBF. Like 90% of people, when they're sitting there, and it's not even their fault. It's because, and I know you say it's a family thing. It's not. What it really is we scowl so much that naturally our faces fall into that position rather than a neutral position when we're
No, it's
resting.
it's 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 a neutral thing. My uncle doesn't scowl at anybody. Like he's one of them people that I'm just like I'd be like, you are too nice. Sometimes, like unless he gets really pissed, like he's the quiet before the storm. Like I say, my grandfather is probably he's probably the most he would scowl. Like he had a natural scowl. I don't really scowl. I'm kind of the middle between the two of us, between the three of us, and my uncle's just nice to everybody. But if he's just sitting there or if he's just naturally talking, he does not look like he's in a good mood. But he'll be in a great mood. And then he'll smile and be like, oh, cool. He's in a good mood. But it's a natural thing. All the males in my family, even my nephew, and he ain't but 7. So he ain't had enough time to be scowling like that. And my other nephew, he looks exactly like my sister. So it's a little bit different. But even when he's not smiling, you kind of be like, I wonder what's going through his head.
Yeah, but I think what you're talking about refers to almost anyone though, because I don't. I've known you for a while now, and we've had a number of conversations. I've never looked at you and said, "Oh, he looks angry. He looks bothered. He looks ever." So I think when I say natural scowl, I think I mean like that literal, like angry face. And I don't think, and I think you're thinking people think that when they look at you, and I don't think they are. Um, just based
People
off
I know
what
ask
I
me,
for me.
yeah, you might be, you're a little bit different, but people like, I could just be sitting here and family members who know me my whole life would be like, what's wrong? Nothing. Oh, you kind of have a look on your face. Oh, no, I'm good. Like
Oh
my
yeah,
mom will just
no,
ask me, my mom will ask me, what's up? What's me? What's up? Like it's just a natural thing. Like I guess people can't tell if I'm pissed off or maybe I might be about to be pissed off. I have no clue.
well,
Like I don't think
could it be a they think you're thinking about something type thing? Not necessarily pissed off. I don't know. I just don't see pissed off when I see you sitting there just chilling. I don't see pissed off. I just see chilling. Like I don't know. That's just me. That again, that I'm speaking from myself. I can't speak for everybody else on what they see, but I know it's happened to me at times when I'm just sitting there. And people be like, "You all right?" And well, yeah, I'm good. Oh, you had a look on your face. No, I didn't. I was just chilling. So yes, it happens to everyone. Um, I wouldn't say I have a natural scowl. I do have a face. You can tell when I'm actually pissed off, but most of the time I feel like I'm just neutral because I don't. It's so rare that I get angry, like angry. So it's a weird thing. But I just think today's world is sensitive enough to the point where when you go out, you almost you force yourself to smile because then people around you are gonna assume the worst about you. And for me, I'm a natural smiler. I love smiling. Okay, my smile is gorgeous. Yeah, I said it. I know it sounds cocky, but I said it. I've been getting compliments on my smile since I was a child. So I naturally smile. Um, but when I am in that neutral place where I'm just chilling, not going the extra mile to make sure I smile, it's kind of people do kind of wonder, you know,
So
look
Weezy.
at me funny, things like that. It just happens. What up, D Weezy?
I mean, I don't
I
know. Some people for some reason just like even some people, I'm not gonna say who's in the chat, seem to think I'm just a really serious person. I don't
And then we have
understand how.
guys like Jay, right? Guys like Jay, where he never looks angry. I don't know if I've seen Jay with an angry face. I might have, and I might have missed it. I might
I
have just
mean,
made
he wasn't too happy when that mic wasn't working.
that didn't look. He didn't look angry though. He looked stressed.
Like he didn't look angry. It just looked like, bro, what the hell? But he didn't even look
Like he
angry.
looked like yeah, like
He
he
still
looked
had the
like
Barry White going. Like you just don't know what's going on.
he looked like he was just stressed. Like, bro, what else? Like that type of. I don't think he was angry. I don't know if Jay
I ain't
get
gonna lie.
angry. I mean,
I want
if
some
you're a
pancakes
Panthers
also.
fan, it's got to be hard to make you angry. You know what I'm saying? It's got to be. That's what we've been talking about, D Weezy. Just how people tend to have a natural scowl. I like to say scowl because RBF, we know that's a female term there, where they made that term up. And we don't want to be stealing their words and their terms. But see, K said it. He don't get angry much. He just naturally kind of, you know what I'm saying. He's even killed, and K. The reason for that is because he's a Panthers fan. Panthers fans, well, I don't know. Rodney seemed like he always angry too. Panthers fans are usually generally like pretty calm because they're usually so heartbroken over their team losing, They just don't care anymore. And I think that's what Jay is. I think Jay's at a point where he's just like, it is what it is, man. I'm just used to it. D Weezy said, if
You
I
need
don't
to
love you,
come over to the west side.
listen, I the Panthers are gonna go somewhere eventually. I like their potential. They're building. It's gonna give them. I think I overestimated where they would be this year.
Hold on. D Weezy was well, he must have been in love at the meeting because he was smiling, boy.
At the meetup, yeah, he was. Yeah, he was. I'm you messy for that. Now they got me saying that crap. Yeah, he was
Saying what?
smiling ear to ear.
Yeah,
Not
he
you.
was.
Not you.
Yeah, you could be a little bit country. I'm messing around,
No,
left my
not
damn
that.
phone in the car.
The whole messy thing.
I mean, be like this sometimes.
I mean, he was smiling ear to ear. There's a couple people there that made him put a little cheese on him.
Oh, he saw a couple Tatianas.
well, correct me if I'm wrong. Didn't Chris say she was at the meetup? I could be wrong.
Boy, pressure.
Like, definitely.
But
I could have sworn, D-Weezy, you could correct me on this too, because I think you was part of that conversation. I think Chris said she was at the meetup when
I
they
don't
did
think
the
she
meetup.
said. I think she asked. I know at least Jane asked when the meetup was. I don't remember Chris saying that she was there. But I could have missed that part, you know.
Okay, I see you, D-Weezy. I remember. I remember. I didn't know you was eyeing one, but I do remember the after party.
Well, I had the Tiger.
Yeah, I don't think Chris. Maybe she wasn't there. I thought she said she was there for some reason. But
she said if they throw another one, she gonna be there.
Yeah, I think they said possibly next year. I'm not gonna put words in anybody's mouth.
I hope so. I'm needing VIP tickets. You hear me?
They were looking into it. You know, here's the thing, right? Of course, I want to come chill with my fam, come chill with my peoples. But me being in a state where I'm not a drinker anymore, you know, that kind of takes away.
I wasn't drinking.
No, I know you wasn't, but for me, if I'm gonna drive, for me, if I'm gonna drive, what 4 to 6 hours, I might want a little sip.
Well, this time you should stay for the whole weekend.
Now you know I can't do that. Can't do that. I usually got to get up on Monday morning for work, and with the kids and everything.
Job.
Yeah, well, it's not just about the job; it's about the kids too, man. I gotta get the kids. They won't. Back in the day, my daughter would have stayed with my mother for a week, and it would have been all good. Now, nah, she won't. Now,
gotta make moves.
It's immediately when his mom and dad coming back. Specifically mom. So it's one of those where it'll probably be almost impossible for us to go away for multiple days without her. But we'll see. I'm trying to get her back to that point because I want to take the missus on vacation. Just me and her. Go do some things. Visit some parts of the world.
Things.
Well, no, just I want to go visit some different parts of the world I ain't been to.
Create some new things.
I know what you said.
I mean, I use another niece or nephew or two.
Only new things we creating over here is memories. That's it. That's it. No more kids over this way. No more over here. We already got 4 total.
I don't know why not.
You know who can though. Jang looks like she's ready to bear a child or two. So if you want to send a niece and nephew my way, because my siblings, unlike yours, my siblings ain't having no kids. They've already made that decision. All of them. They all was like, now we ain't having no kids. So
my sister got 3. My brother said he ain't having. My brother said he ain't having not near one.
We say he gonna be around for at least 48 hours for the next one.
I don't know if my brother's pull-out game is strong as mine is.
I'm just saying, you can go ahead, bring some kids to the group.
You can pencil me in for 0.
Also,
that's it.
Yeah, you heard me. Y'all ready for, at some point, I'm not saying immediately. At some point, y'all can go ahead and bless us bless me with niece, nephew, because my siblings ain't trying to do it. My brother, my sisters, they're not trying to do it. They're not doing it. So, you know what I'm saying?
How about this? You and the missus have another kid, and I'll adopt your second oldest.
Nah, it's not gonna work. Not gonna work. But I know J and K are gonna bless us with another one.
No, they trying to drop triplets on the first try.
At some point. So the family's gonna be growing. It's just a matter of who is gonna be doing the multiplying.
Right? They call Uncle B.
Look, Jay, look. What y'all mean, huh? Y'all know exactly. Look. Jay said, huh? Case, what you mean, huh? You know exactly what they mean.
Real quiet till you said that, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was. But K about to put him right back in line. K gonna put him right back in line. Y'all got we know how it works. Y'all gonna pretend like y'all ain't gonna bring some children into the family.
You know when you half stroke in and them eyes lock.
Oh, Jay, we ain't gonna do that, Jay. We ain't gonna do that.
Mas
Yeah, see. No, you ain't done.
There's no meat left. Pause.
You ain't done. Y'all got that. She talking about you and them damn bones. I think she's behind in the stream, or she thinks you still eat.
Sound like a hater.
Kay said that's a stretch. Nah, I don't think so. You gotta leave a K and J legacy behind, or else how will the world know it ever happened?
Amen.
Okay?
Amen.
It's just like B and J. B Zhang. I'm gonna call y'all that. Don't get offended by it.
Jay, I don't think we needed to know that.
So, y'all gonna have to leave us with a legacy too. Otherwise, people will never know what happened.
Wait, you say you gonna call me what?
I'm gonna call y'all BJ.
It could be Brang, something like that.
Nah, that sounds too much like I'm saying. Bring that out here, boy. You know what I'm saying? I'll think of another one.
On mute? Oh shit, we on mute. Well, boy, look. I was told my family that we're a couple generations due for our quintuplets. So yeah.
We all from that generation, D Weezy. Well, everybody in here, except for Jay, is probably from that generation. Jay's the young buck of the group. But the rest of us, we from that generation. It's just nowadays, it's just out there anyway.
My brother was a 10-pound baby.
You know what I'm saying? See, now you come. There you go. Now you getting it. You swaying over to our side.
Okay. Hey, starting to see where we coming from.
When there's a bond or a love that strong, you gotta leave something behind so people know. Jay, what are you talking about, bro? That has nothing to do with. Well, yes, it does. I guess technically,
Freaknik was before us. Okay,
it was way before us, actually. But I get what he's trying to say. That generation where people didn't want you to know what they was doing.
Jay trying to size.
Hey man, listen. That's not a risk at all. Okay. women know how to heal their bodies and reclaim their shapes and sizes.
Namyo Renge Kyo. You hear me?
You know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody got time to be digging up no time capsule. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Let me get a
Secret
niece and nephew
photo.
out
Wait,
the
what?
first and what up, though?
How did we get here? What is Jay doing? What's going on here?
I don't know what Jay talking about. I got no clue what Jay is talking about. He's off the reservation.
So Hendo got some
He's
secret
trying to
photos.
say. Yeah, I know what he's saying. He said Hendo was around during the Freaknik times. So there's a chance Hendo may be out there on a videotape with somebody's auntie.
Could you imagine what a young Hendo would look like?
Honestly, not too far off what he looks like now. Hendo don't look.
Yeah, but young Hendo was
look
military,
like,
so he probably a little bit swole. He probably had no neck at all.
Hendo don't look old, so I'll give him that. Shout out to Big Bro. Shout out Big Bro.
I said swole. Remember, he was military, so he probably had no neck at all trap muscles.
Yo, you dumb. I can't, bro. But listen.
I'm assuming Jay got some photos that we need to, because he's really on this photo thing. So what are you hiding, Jay?
I don't want to know. Don't keep them to yourself. Don't tell me nothing. Don't show me nothing. I don't need to know nothing.
They're like, I hope somebody don't pop up with nothing.
Nah, I don't want nothing to do with nothing. So what you're saying is every man should date a female fighter. That's what he's saying.
So how do they get the testosterone? That's what I need to know for research purposes.
No, you don't need to know for research purposes, sir.
I'm just saying, if I'm going to date a fighter, I need to know how they get this done. I don't want to mess around and it'd be some weird shit.
No, Bijan don't need to know nothing.
I need to know everything.
No, you don't need to know nothing.
This might be the only way you get a niece or nephew.
It does, that we know. This we know. He's trying to go.
Be another secret to boost the levels. There's always there's a natural way, and then there's the booster. So you see how the thumbs went up for the booster? Yeah. Okay, I didn't want to hug. I did not want to hug. Oh, I got hug.
Oh, yeah. How sweet. He don't need to worry about boosting anything, except him and BJ boosting a niece and
That's
nephew.
What I'm trying to boost. Like, why are you hating, sir? I'm trying to be my absolute best. I need all the tips and tricks. Tell him those. We need everything. How do you have drool in your eyebrow? How does that work? Please explain that.
All right, so before this turns into super duper YouTube after dark, I think we're gonna pull up out of here. We've been going for an hour and 40. It's been a great show. We thank everybody that's come through. We
Ghost got a pimp lean going.
Hit that like button.
Ghost has a pimp lean. That is my son. Look at the pimp lean. He's serious too. Got a side pro. He got his dating profile going. Look at my boy.
He's got the dating profile set up. The dating profile works, people. Listen, You need somebody. You trying to find love, or you trying to get to know
You
somebody.
see
You wanna
Maybach?
date
You see
somebody.
it?
Hit your boy up. All right, hit me up, and I'll be sure to help you find the one, or at least someone. Because where it goes after y'all get together is up to you, not me. All right,
It sounds like lowered expectations.
if you're watching, hit that like button. You know what I'm saying? The thumbs up brings great prosperity to us all. Okay, not just us on the show, but to those that hit the thumbs up. Okay, peace, love, and happiness, and joy to all of our lives. So hit that thumbs up, and make sure you tell a friend to tell a friend. Everybody come here and subscribe, and we'll have a good time again. We'll probably catch y'all Monday night game, live stream during the game. Maybe, maybe not. We'll see because it's the Ravens. We might be busy watching other live streams. I'm not even gonna lie to you. So we'll see. Jang, safe travels. Hope you get here safely. Have a good time at the game. And if you
Hold on.
call us to
Jane
lose,
needs some safe travel so she can get here safe.
if you cause us to lose, we got a problem. Y'all have yourselves a blessed night. We out. Peace.